So you're eyeing the Dell S2721DGF, right? A 27-inch gaming monitor promising buttery smooth 165 Hz refresh rates, a lightning-fast 1 ms response time, and NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. Sounds like a dream setup. But here's what surprised me. Despite these high-end specs, this monitor isn't the flawless gaming beast you might expect. In fact, there's a few glaring issues that make me say, don't buy it without hearing this first. Stick around, because I'm going to peel back the curtain on the Dell S2721DGF and reveal whether it's really worth your hard-earned cash or just a flashy fad with hidden problems. Spoiler alert, it's not as perfect as it looks on paper. So who exactly is the Dell S2721DGF for? Gamers who want a crisp 2560x1440 QHD resolution at blistering 165 Hz, aiming for immersive color via 98% DCI-P3 coverage and HDR400 support. If you're chasing a sleek combo of speed, color precision, and a solid port selection with DP 1.4 and dual HDMI 2.0s, this monitor is designed for you. But, and this is a big but, the overall experience might leave you scratching your head depending on your priorities. Before we dive deep, I promise you'll learn whether this monitor is a hidden gem or just another pretty face with some unfortunate flaws lurking underneath. Let's jump into the deep dive. First up, the specs. Dell touts a 27-inch LCD with QHD resolution of 2560x1440, capable of 165 Hz native refresh rate and a 1 ms gray-to-gray GTG response time in extreme mode. Even AMD users benefit from FreeSync Premium Pro, while NVIDIA fans get full G-Sync compatibility, which sounds like a tech lover's dream come true. So far, so good. But here's the twist. Some users report inconsistent performance when pushing the 165 Hz ceiling, with faint ghosting and slightly uneven backlighting a common snag in edge-lit LED technologies. It's not deal-breaking but definitely noticeable to eagle-eyed gamers. Beyond speed and resolution, Dell's promise of vibrant colors comes from 98% DCI-P3 coverage and 1.07 billion colors, a real party for your eyeballs. VESA Display HDR400 support is another feather in its cap, delivering boosted contrast and realistic images. And there's always a but in tech reviews. HDR400 is entry-level HDR, so expect nothing as cinematic as ultra-premium HDR 1000 or Dolby Vision displays. It's more of a moderate HDR pop rather than a jaw-dropping luminance explosion. If you want truly stunning color accuracy for professional-grade editing or elite visual fidelity, this might leave you wanting. Ports and extras. Dell loads the S2721DGF with an AC power port, security lock slot, 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, a DisplayPort 1.4, multiple USB 3.0 ports for upstream and downstream, and audio out plus headphone jack. The included cables, HDMI, DisplayPort, USB, and a power cable, mean you can plug and play right out of the box. Even better, the bundle features premium DisplayPort cables and a monitor cleaning kit, which is a nice touch if you're particular about setup. However, some users find the USB 3.0 port placement a bit awkward for cable management, making your desktop look like a spaghetti junction. But don't worry, at least they threw in wire straps to tame the chaos. A question you might be silently asking: how's the build quality? The Dell S2721DGF features a sturdy stand with height adjustment, tilt, and swivel, pretty much the expected ergonomic options in this price range. The sleek matte finish reduces fingerprints and glare, but the stand's locking mechanism occasionally feels a little stiff, almost as if it needs gym sessions to loosen up. Not a huge issue, but if you're the type to frequently tweak your monitor's position, this might get annoying. Also, the plastic bezels are on the thicker side compared to some ultra-slim rivals. So, if you're all about minimalistic borders for a multi-monitor setup, this might not win your heart. Alright, now for the elephant in the room. Input lag and real-world gaming performance. The Dell S2721DGF scores respectable marks, with input lag reportedly hovering around 3 to 5 ms in extreme mode, which is excellent for casual and competitive gamers alike. But here's the snag. Some users report occasional flickering and frame skipping when using HDMI inputs at max refresh rates, especially on consoles like the PS5 or Xbox Series X. Switching to DisplayPort eliminates most of these hiccups, but it's worth knowing if you plan to connect multiple devices. A friend of mine joked that connecting his Xbox to this monitor felt like playing a sniper game with jelly legs, which, let's be honest, is the kind of analogies you don't want attached to your gaming rig. Speaking of jokes, here's one for the tech lovers. Why don't monitors ever gossip? Because they prefer to keep things pixel perfect. But seriously, beyond our monitor humor, it's important to remember that the Dell S2721DGF is great, but not infallible. Backlight bleeding and slight inconsistencies in color uniformity are minor annoyances that crop up based on the sample you receive. Some buyers have experienced a golden sample with nearly zero imperfections, while others get a less flattering batch. So there's a bit of a lottery feel when it comes to quality control on these units. Now, what about its user interface and on-screen display, OSD? Dell keeps things simple with a joystick-controlled OSD menu allowing quick access to presets, brightness, contrast, and color settings. The monitor offers gamer-focused features like customizable game modes, black stabilizer for enhancing shadow detail, and crosshair overlays for FPS enthusiasts. These are handy additions. However, the OSD feels a little dated and lacks the crispness and fluidity you might find on newer monitors from competitors. It's like using a flip phone in an iPhone world, reliable but not glamorous. Let me rehook you. If you're wondering whether the Dell S2721DGF stands the test of time, or if it's a one-hit wonder, stick with me. I have some final insights up my sleeve that might surprise you. Plus, I'll share the best way to snag this monitor at a price that won't make your wallet cry. Revisiting who should really buy this monitor. If you're a competitive gamer prioritizing speed and responsiveness over everything else, this monitor delivers performance close to professional grade for a very reasonable price bracket. Casual gamers and multimedia users will appreciate the sharp 2K resolution and good color gamut, though hardcore content creators could want more precise calibration options. If HDR is a must-have for you, just temper expectations. HDR 400 is more a buzzword here than a game changer. Here's a light moment. Why did the gamer bring a ladder to the Dell monitor review? Because they heard the refresh rates were way up there. Jokes aside, pushing a monitor to 165 Hz and maintaining QHD resolution is demanding, but the S2721DGF mostly pulls it off. Just don't expect it to be a magic bullet for every gaming scenario, especially with occasional flickers and minor ghosting. So, what about alternatives? At this price point, rivals like the LG 27GL850 or ASUS TUF Gaming VG27AQ offer similar 165 Hz QHD panels with slightly different feature sets, some with more premium HDR or boosted ergonomics. But the Dell often wins points for build quality and consistent color out of the box. It's not the fastest finger on the block nor the flashiest, but it's dependable. Let's address one last pain point, price volatility. The Dell S2721DGF's Amazon price tends to fluctuate, so buying impulsively can sometimes mean overpaying. A tip from me: always check for discounts or bundles that include those extra high-quality cables and cleaning kits Dell thoughtfully provides. These little bonuses add value and can save you money in the long run. Speaking of which, prices change fast, faster than I can say frame rate drop. So make sure to hit the link in the description to grab the best current deal. Before we wrap things up, a final joke to keep things light. How many Dell monitors does it take to change a light bulb? None, because they already brighten your gaming setup. All jokes aside, the S2721DGF truly does bring vibrant colors and smooth gameplay into your setup without breaking the bank. In summary, the Dell S2721DGF is a well-rounded 27-inch monitor offering great value for gamers craving high refresh rates, solid color reproduction, and a robust feature set out of the box. Yes, it has its flaws, minor flickering, thicker bezels, and an entry-level HDR experience. But for the price, these compromises are understandable. If you want a reliable QHD gaming monitor that looks sharp, feels solid, and keeps up in fast-paced games, this should be on your shortlist. Remember, while I told you not to buy it right away, after hearing everything, I bet you're reconsidering. That's because the Dell S2721DGF hits the sweet spot where performance meets price, with the occasional quirk that's easy to forgive. If you want the best price, check out the link in the description below. I can't promise the price won't jump tomorrow, but with a little luck, you might snag a killer deal today. Thanks for sticking with me, and if you found this review helpful, hit like and subscribe for more honest takes on gaming gear. Game on!